day. It is June the 22nd. And today we continue in Ezra 4, doing verses 4 through 16, and Proverbs 27. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin Ezra 4, starting at verse 14. Now, because we received support from the palace, it was not proper for us to the king's dishonor. Therefore, we have sent and informed the king. 15. That search may be made into the book of records of your fathers, and you will find in the books of the records, and know that this is a rebellious city, harmful to kings and provinces, and that they have had incited sedition within the city in former times, for which cause the city was destroyed. 16. We informed the king that if this city is rebuilt and its walls are completed, the result will be that you will have no dominion beyond the river. Okay, they're starting to rebuild the temple, Ezra and company. And the people in the land says, hey, we don't want you doing that. But they had an order from the king, so they wrote to the king, hey, look, if you let this temple be rebuilt and the walls completed, they're going to rebel. They have done it in the past. Now, because we received support from the palace, it was not proper to see the king's dishonor. Therefore, we have sent and informed the king. Look, we received support for you, and, so we think we should tell you about what's going on. We don't want to see you to be shamed. And underlying that also is if, you'll get less money. You'll find that out. That search be made in the book of records of your fathers, and you will find in the book of records that the city is a rebellious city, harmful to kings and provinces, that they have incited sedition within the city in former times, for which cause the city was destroyed. Go ahead and look. We're telling you the truth. And they are. Though I think there's a little meanness in that because I think they might be getting less money. We inform the king, this is verse 16, that if this city is rebuilt and its walls are completed, the result will be you have no dominion beyond the river. If they finish the building, you'll lose money, and there'll be a Jewish empire like there was before. Proverbs 27. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not a day will bring forth. For knowest not what a day will bring forth. Yet you can't even guarantee your next breath, much less what's happening tomorrow. 2. Let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth. A stranger, not thy own lips. Don't brag on yourself. Let other people do it. 3. A stone is heavy and sand weighty, but a fool's vexation is heavier than both. Fools take things too far. 4. Wrath is cruel and anger overwhelming, but who is able to stand before jealousy? 5. Better is an open rebuke than love that is hidden. 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are importunate. That's like the kisses of Judas. They're kissing. It's supposed to be a kiss of friendship, but it's a kiss of betrayal. 7. The full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. When you're full, nothing looks good to eat, but when you're hungry, everything looks good to eat. 8. As the bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his place. 9. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so does the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Godly counsel brings joy. 10. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of calamity. Better is a neighbor that is near than a brother far off. Yep. 11. My son, be wise and make my heart glad, that I may answer him that taunteth me. 12. A prudent man seeth evil and hideth himself, for thoughtless pass on and are punished. Prudent man says, oh, evil, better get out of the way. Thoughtless ones, da-da-da-da-da. 13. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and hold him in pledge that is surety for an alien woman. If someone is saying, hey, go ahead and let this thing happen, or give this person that thing, or loan this person money, I'll guarantee it, get collateral. 14. He that blesses his friend with a loud voice rising early in the morning, it should be counted a curse unto him. 15. A continual dropping in a very rainy day, and a contentious woman are alike. He that would hide her, hideth the wind, and the ointment of his right hand betrayeth itself. You can't hide them. They're annoying. 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. 18. Whoso keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof, and he that waiteth on his master shall be honored. Do your job, do your work, do it properly, and you'll get rewarded. 19. As in water, face answereth face, so in the heart of man to man. As you see your face in water, you'll see yourself in the heart of another person. 20. The netherworld and destruction are never satiated, so the eyes of a man are never satiated. You can't get enough. You got the looky-loos always looking at something. 21. The refining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, and a man is tried by his praise. When a person praises you, it brings up the evil elements in your heart. You'll find out exactly how self-centered and arrogant you really are. 22. Though thou shalt brace a fool in a mortar with a pestle among groats, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. In other words, keep track of what's going on with your stuff. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure unto all generations, because it's not going to last forever. 25. When the hay is mown, and the tender grass showeth itself, and the herbs of the mountains are gathered in, you got everything you need. 26. The lambs will be for thy clothing, and the goats for the price of a field. You'll have enough, and there will be goats' milk enough for thy food of thy household, and maintenance for thy maidens. You'll have enough if you do all your work. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.